on? I'm Max with Hard Water Freaks, and as always, coming back at you with some tips. I do a ton of tips and tricks all over Facebook and Instagram. I do a little bit here on YouTube, but I have one that I used to do when I first started duck hunting, and it broke, and I completely forgot about it because I went over to that traditional jerk string. Now, that usual jerk string that a lot of people are using, which is going to be that Lifetime decoy rig or that rig 'em right jerk string, some people like to make their own. It works, but it doesn't move a lot of water. You can always buy one of those motion ducks. It makes 4 decoys, 7, 12, whatever, how many decoys you want it to move, but it doesn't make the water move. Now check this thing out. So I'm gonna put a little picture at the end of what supplies you're gonna need to make the plunger. So we made this when we were younger, super easy, and it moves way more water than any of the jerk strings on the market, and it's really cheap. So what you're gonna need, Yak Gear sells one of these. It's a big ravel of rope, okay? High quality rope, anchor rope. You can buy the kit that comes with this anchor. It's a 3-pound claw anchor. It folds up and it re-expands. You're gonna put a clasp. I forget the exact name of these things. I forget them every time, but one of these on there, okay? You're gonna put one of those on there, or you can put a heavy duty carabiner and you're gonna run your anchor rope through that. That's gonna go here to another one. Exact same thing, tie a knot to it and tie it to a duck butt. Or you can just tie it straight to the duck butt. Now what's cool is this has 2 functions. I just leave this thing on here all the time. I use it as my anchor when I'm picking up decoys in deep water. I'll launch it out there wherever I want to set my decoys. I'll tie up my anchor. Now I can stay in one place while I strategically place my decoys on a windy day. Or you can build the plunger. Check this thing out. So I'm gonna toss it out there. I'm gonna show you how quickly this thing will set itself up. You just give it a toss, let some line out. Obviously you're gonna walk it back to shore wherever you're working. You'll see that duck butt. Now look at that duck butt floating. You saw how easy this thing was that I built. Now, the reason we call it the plunger, look at how much water that one duck butt moves because you sink it. Now you have the plunging effect. So when it comes up, it wants to shoot up very aggressively. Now what a lot of people do wrong when they're out there with jerk string is they keep them moving when the ducks are coming to come and coming to keep it moving. This thing, you give this thing a couple good tugs. You can put 2 duck butts on there if you really want to, but you throw that thing right there, 1 duck butt, and it moves water in massive ripples, bigger than any jerk string does. Now I didn't really throw it out in a spot where it's gonna anchor too well. It's really flat mud here, but you know, a lot of our duck spots have mud, lily pads, and all that other stuff. This is kind of like a really hard bottom right over here, but nonetheless, you're gonna see this thing walking towards me, but it doesn't walk towards you when you have this rope low to the water and you're sitting over there on that shoreline. So you're a lot lower and your anchor's gonna dig in, so it's not gonna walk back to you. But look at that thing go, okay? I'm gonna throw this back out and I'm gonna set the camera over here so you guys can see the really good function of this bad boy. And check that out. Just like that, it all comes back as one big piece. Obviously you want to get those weeds off there, but it's as simple as that. This whole rig right there, and as I showed you before, anchor rope, okay, goes right back right there. Duck butt, you got a clasp on there, you can tie it straight to it. Goes through a clasp right there on the anchor. These anchors are awesome. These clasp anchors, these are kayaking, canoeing anchors, or small vessel. Right there. It locks into itself. Like that, locks itself shut. All of your rope goes right here. You reel all this stuff up right here. Check this out. It's got a little tooth system. There's the whole thing. Anchor or the plunger. You guys got to try these things out. I made this one because I'm going to be using it a lot more than my normal jerk string this year because it moves way more water than any one jerk string with 3 ducks, 7 ducks, or 12 ducks. This thing throws 3 to 4 inch ripples in every direction throughout your spread. You guys got to check it out. The plunger, it's awesome. Thanks guys.